Hi guys, we are going medieval today again, and I played the game through kinda with the harder mode and mountains in the mountains, and I have now some nice tips and hints for you. I'm just going to go now for peaceful because I had some bad experience that I will tell you about later on. I will take easy and new life, and then the map I'm taking the not the really mountainish area, but the one that is close to the mountain, and then we are going to start a game. First of all, I'm not accidentally going here into the character creation menu. I have to explain you a few things about this, because if you start out with the game, you might be very glad about the tips I'm going to give you about this first thing, that you will have to choose your people. Okay, so one thing is very important. You have to think closely about what you really need and what you don't really need. I mean, what's super important, because you only have 3 people in the beginning and you should choose them very wisely. That's really important for you, no kidding. So, for example, you need someone that's doing the cooking. That's essential, and you definitely want to have someone that's really good at this. You might want to also have someone for hunting, but that's a secondary thing to have. Usually Annie will be able to hold a bow and hunt a bit, so that shouldn't be a problem. But things that are really a secondary thing that you super much want to have is someone who can do the smithing, and preferably with a high stat. Means, for example, here this one has already 19 XP in the smithing, and that means he can already do almost the technical pieces, parts that you can do with smithing, and he needs 20 for that, 20 experience points, but to get one more point is kind of easy peasy. So that number here is very important at smithing and at woodworking. That is here the last one. So working with wood means to craft bows, and also this one should be as high as possible, or at least pretty high, because you will need for crossbow later 20 in here also. So also pretty important to be able to do crossbows later on, because it takes forever to level a guy from level 0 to level 20. I think it's for each point at least 2 bows or 3 bows that you have to craft. So you can imagine you have to craft quite some time, and also you need to have the wood for that. So that's something that you would do aside to feeding yourself. That's most important in the beginning, and building, of course, is very important. Also, you need uh, the intellect, the possibility to do research, because if you can't do research, you will not open up anything. So, for example, you will start out to do some fields and grow some food, but you cannot do that without research. You have to research the fields first. So, research is super important for you to unlock all the possibilities you get in game. And without research, you don't have anything to do, kind of, except to maybe building a house. That's something you can do without research. So, yeah, that means you should watch it. What you really need is botanic, because botanic means you can grow and harvest food. That is one thing. You need to have the intellectual possibilities to do your research, and you do need the cooking. That is kind of the basics you will need in the beginning. Additionally, it would be nice to have someone that can do some medicine, that can heal yourself if you get hurt by a wolf, for example, or by an enemy, in case that you play with enemies and not with peaceful. And yeah, as I said, the smithing and the woodworking is something you want to have relatively high. So if I now would go and say I'm randomly choosing someone, I want to show you some stuff. down here is the age of the person you will choose. If you want to have in the beginning someone with lower age, that would be smart of you because they will then live quite a long time. This guy is already 54. You have to imagine in the Middle Ages, it was in the medieval ages, sorry, it was being 54 was like being almost like being I would say 1890, something like that. The people did not get far older than maybe 60 or something. So that was already a pretty high age. They were close to death already with 54. So I would not choose someone that is that old already. Later on, you might want to take into your village whatever you like to put into your village and attract and say, okay, I will take that guy. But for the very beginning, I would definitely choose someone that is about maybe up to 30, not any older, preferably 20 something, you know. So what's the age down here? Here got someone who is 27, but she doesn't have really much to offer. And you also have to watch here what kind of perks, what extra characteristics your people do have. You don't want to have someone that's from the beginning ill because then he won't work very well. And yeah, so negative stats that is shown with red numbers here, you don't want to have that for the, at least not for the first three people you got. You want to have someone that cheers others up and that's nice and that's maybe helpful and fast. So something positive, yeah. So now you got those little stars here in front, and honestly, they say you will just gain faster XP with those stars if you have them in front in that area. You will gain your XP faster. Also, you will later on produce if you have it here for woodworks or for smithing or for tailoring. You will produce the better stuff if you have those stars. I think it's like kind of also a bit like it's his or her favorite thing to do, you know, something like that. Um, if I were you, I would at least try to find, it takes then very long, of course, if you have such expectations, but I would try to find someone that's not hurt, not ill, that's not that old in age, and that has 2 stars at least twice in this list, preferably one time on the one important thing you need for the beginning. That means cooking, intellectuality, and yeah, botanics, of course, because you need to get some food on the plate, you know. So now this guy has 2 stars in botanic, but he has really low experience in it. So preferably you would take a look if you can get someone that has some green stud or some higher stud, at least 10 or something like this here, um, which is not so easy to find someone that has twice 2 stars and uh, a good number at least behind the one important one that you want to have mainly. So you will have to search quite a while, and of course, you will have to take a look also down here if the characteristics are not too bad. So you see, for now, I'm having here 2 stars in intellectual and 2 in medicine. There's a 0 behind medicine, so they will start out with 0 XP, with 0 experience. That means that they probably fail in medicine at the beginning, but still, because of the 2 stars, it will not be that bad. They will still manage to do their job quite okayish. And same here with this. The intellect is something they will automatically level up like crazy by doing research. And to be honest, this combination is very nice because you will only do medicine in the nighttime when your people come back home from a fight or from maybe from hunting and they are hurt by something, then they will lay down in their bed and only then you can do your medicine on them. So you can heal them only when they are laying down in bed. So that means you can during the daytime do your research and in the nighttime you can do the medicine. Problem is here it would be also awesome here with 28 years old, so all perfect. Um, awesome is if you have someone that has one job, that's the main job, kinda like cooking, and aside of this, something like woodworks or smithing, because smithing or woodworks you will not do that often and that much. You will preferably then do the cooking, but cooking and botanics, for example, together as skilling is something that is super bad, because as nice as that looks, it is not a good idea to put someone to cooking and farming, because the farmer is farming the whole day and the cooking does need to cook all day. So don't do that. Don't choose someone like that. That are extreme important informations in my opinion, because you will figure out later in the game that it's better to split that into two people, like one does the botanic and one does the cooking. That works far better than having it on one person. So watch that also. That means cooking would be a good combination with tailoring, woodworking, preferably woodworking, or smithing is more important in my opinion, because of the bows that you need, and woodworking you will need later on need to kind of develop the highest research table. Without that, you cannot build that. Um, so try to find someone that you can combine it. The crafting here, you can combine that best with botanic or with cooking, or also with intellectual stuff, because those are really the main things to do. So that was my information about this character screen, and now we are going back and starting a game that I already created for you guys, and I'm going to load this one now. So let's see what I can explain you then about this also, what's going on in game. I played quite a time now. It are 85 hours I have in game, so you can imagine I have quite some experience now, and it does not matter how thick you build your walls around your village or the castle, however you would call it. The enemies will still destroy your walls. So I had three and four walls in front of each other's place, and they did still not protect my village, which is kind of super sad, honestly, because they should not give the enemies trebuchets to kill your walls if you cannot shoot back, because you don't have the trebuchets yet. They are not in game yet. That means the enemies might kill your walls, and then you have to repair it each time, and it will annoy the hell out of you, trust me. I'm just checking now the map for a really good spot. Preferably you would take now a spot that is good protected, like you can easy get no enemy from one side. That means you would put one of those mountainish areas in your back of your village, maybe like here-ish would be a good place somewhere. And I will have to check out where I have a flat area. That would be here probably, or here. That would be probably a good idea. This is probably clay. Yeah, it's clay. Yeah. And also we need to check if we have at all any iron on the map. That looks here like iron, but there is no iron on this spot. But that would be iron. Not sure how much we can get from this place. Maybe we can dig down and get a bit more than on the surface only. So yeah, that is something I personally did not like about the game. Going to place my village here probably. That if you build up your city quite big, or your castle quite big, and really put a tough and thick protection wall around it, it does not help you shit about the enemies. They will still break it down. And I don't think that, because we have in Germany a lot of those old castles, and no one did build that way, that you could just tear down with a trebuchet or two the walls like easy peasy with a handful of people storm the castle. That was not possible. as they have it here in the game. So yeah, you have to decide, of course, yourself if it is too boring for you, but the enemies will come all the time, and after a long time of playing, you might prefer to have it peaceful. At least it was for me like that. I'm more into building and enjoying the research and the building and hiring people. The next thing that I would recommend is something that is kind of a bit like cheating. I hope you will forgive me that, but before the game drops a new citizen to you, a new settler, it always saves, and that's very nice and kind. But usually I'm just doing it myself. I press escape, go on saving, and put here a new number in, for example, save the game, yeah? Then I can reload it from that save point if I do that from time to time. So if I don't like the stats and the characteristics of the new person, I'm not going to send him away or donate him to the enemies and say you can keep that guy after I hired him. I'm just restarting the game, just reloading the game there, and wait till the the new villager pops up, because they will repeatedly do that. If you load the game save, it might just take longer than till it pops up. They might later on give you a new one. If you load your own save, you have that possibility to reload it always at the same spot and just get always a new villager at that spot. It must have been saved then relatively close to the moment when the villager pops up. So yeah, if you just save it from time to time, that's a possibility to make it easier for yourself to choose your own villagers that you like most, that are most useful for you. So especially in the beginning, that can be very helpful. Or if you don't play peaceful, it might be very important for you to have someone that can handle a bow and can protect your village, because I at least had the feeling that it's easier to do this when you have a lot of how do you call those people that shoot the bow with the bow? Archers. Yeah, exactly. That was the word I was looking for. So yeah, you have to choose that yourself, how you want to play. Of course, I don't want to talk you into cheating, but for me personally, it was a good possibility um, to have a better chance on my map. When I played the mountain map, it was pretty hard. So for the beginning, I'm going to put down just a little itsy tiny shed here so that my people can go sleeping in there. And I'm just only putting a door in. Wait, let's put the door anywhere here. Not making windows at all, not making anything, because I will remove that later on anyways. I don't even put a wooden floor in. The poor guys have to sleep not on the ground, but they have to sleep in a house that is not very beautiful, but useful. That should be good enough. I'm making 4 beds in advance already. Then you have to chop down here the straw, the thatch, or however you would call that. That's only the yellow one that you can use for the beds, but you will need that. Let's see if I got a bit more here. We got a bit more here. And you should take care of this during summer and springtime or autumn time, because in the winter it's gone. And you should try to have that already. Next thing is, if you start on a map, you will immediately need to take a look if you have something that is already outgrown, like berries here. I'm going to harvest those. It shows here if it's already harvestable or if it's still growing. So you might want to get your people some food first. Then you don't need to touch here your stuff you brought with you. Kind of, the game gives you some. But important is also that you remove those hands from all the items you have here brought with you, because otherwise the people will not use that. And immediately that lady goes to drink some beer. Okay. So I'm just systematically removing all the hands. You have to do the same if you have some enemies and they die and you want them to pick up their items. You should definitely take a look then if it's worth it or not, and rather either salvage the rest or leave them on the ground and let them rotten. Okay, so here is one more of those. We can grab that, and then Ogden is already building the beds. Those are only some simple straw mats, but you have something for your people to sleep on. And they will chop down the wood. And because we are anyways playing here peaceful today, don't really need the protection that much, but maybe it's good against wolves. I'm not sure if you still have wolves on the map, but in the winter time it's very nice if you have those those wolf hordes, because you can shoot them down with some archers and then you have some extra food. So yeah, I like that. Those skeletons that you see here laying on the ground are, by the way, useless in my opinion. I did not see any use for them, although they say that would be a crafting and building material also, but they were just rotting on my to compost or something. They rot away. They did not do anything for me. No, I did not want to have that. Or that. Not what I wanted to have, only the yellow one. And are they able to go up there? Yeah, there is something to go up. So here you see there's a ramp and they can go there. So the thing that you should also do in my case, that is probably a good idea, to combine this here with that wooden building. You should build immediately a storage, and storages need to have a roof above them, because if you don't do that, the things will rotten away with rain and other weather effects. They will just be gone very fast. So if I'm anyways having to build a roof here, I'm just making this my storage. And later on I can maybe even keep that and put inside also some storage then. So let's just drop that for the roof. Oh, and yeah, what is pretty useful is later on you can do some pillars. That's a special pillar that stretches, and that's helpful because I will anyways have to put the bench later on anywhere else, so I'm not sure if I should put it inside of the house or not now. Ah, let's put it inside, why not? It always has a small arrow in front so that you know how to turn it. And if they build it right now, then we should immediately use it. You have here a plan for a schedule, I think it is, for when they should work and when they have their spare time. Yeah, let's have them a little bit of spare time also. Very important. Let them sleep a bit longer. And the rest they can work. So now we are going to give them their tasks. If you hover here to the left above the head of the person, then you will be shown where they got their stars, what they should probably preferably do. So in this case, she's good at building. I give her that. We are building, she's going to go building. And she's excellent at intellect, right? No, that was cooking, right? I totally confused that. Cooking. Here we go. You see the little stars inside. That is a good orientation. So this one is good at farming. It's his preferably thing to do. And the second one will be whoop. The second will be smithing. And yeah, he can also, of course, cut trees. That means he goes cutting wood and stuff. So you should let her do that, or him do that also. This one is the one that has the research job, because the intellect is the highest. And which one is highest in medicine? 0 medicine, 9 medicine and 1 star. Okay, then this one should also go and help people that are ill. This one has some really good points in medicine, but no star. That's 12 points. So he can do that too, or she can do that too. Okay, and any one of those guys also needs to... I think I take the cook for now. Has to carry stuff. That's important. So without transport, nothing is going to go to the storage. Yeah, almost done here with my storage. That's nice. And the sides, they are cutting more trees. Very good. So that's an all-in-one house for now. And they are getting a nice wooden roof here. And because I cannot do the pillars yet, the really good ones, I'm going to use those here. Okay, I hope that helps. Let's see. Does it close completely? No, it does not. Shit. Oh, crap. Let's have one here. That helps more. Almost. Sometimes you can just drop them and remove them later, but sometimes everything breaks down after if you remove them, so yeah. It's not always smart. Okay. Not getting as perfect as I wanted. Okay. Let's see if that helps. Oh, come on. Give me a break. Okay, then not this one. We place it directly where the hole is. I said not this one. Okay. Also good. Can we maybe now close all the holes? Still not. I'm getting a crisis. Oh yeah, now it works. Sometimes you have to wait till they have built a bit more stuff. Let's see if it breaks down now or if it's okay to remove those. No, it broke down. Shit. Okay. Yeah, that system is a bit annoying sometimes because you cannot... Here, the pillar is here, and I cannot even put a roof down next to the pillar. That should not work like that. Maybe she has to first build all the pillars that I can. But, yeah. Kinda silly. I think she did build the pillar already. I have to seriously build now another one. To make sure I can drop the little tile for the ceiling up there. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to remove this one when they are done. I'm waiting patiently, as usual. Build me all the pillars ever, guys. Now build my roof, please. First of all, I'm going to remove this one. Another hole. I can't believe it. And the bad thing is they make also holes in the floor down there. The moment you remove them. Ah, shit. Didn't want to do those. No. Go away. That was an accident. Can I now close this? Yeah, I can. So sometimes if they break down the floor thingies, then it explains, of course, why you cannot drop a roof on top anymore. So you really need to watch this and take a look if the floor is closed at all. Because that might also be the reason why. Next one, please, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, thank you. I hate you too now. Yeah, well, let's check the floor, I guess. Probably we got holes in the floor again. Yeah, that looks like it. Okay. By the way, you can... crap, I placed those again. Hello, can I? No. You can kind of move the view down by pressing X, and by pressing Z you can move it back up again. I really don't get it why I need so many pillars just to... Oh well, you know, I don't give a shit now. We have to develop this first. Architecture. That means we have to put someone fast on... We have already 25 of those, so I should be able to even already... Oh yeah, this one, this is the one we needed, and then we need to develop this. So they have to research those books. That means they have to go writing the books, and when they collected 15 of them, then I can unlock this one for farming. So yeah, now we have the fun part. We can now put the pillars in. Too bad that they didn't give me that before. Hello, can I please? I have to go a bit higher. Yeah, like this. And like this. Then I'm going to remove that shit. And put there one of those in. That's it. And that is better than all those stupid pillars here in the middle. Now we can remove those. Pretty useless that I did build those anyways. So if you can just take a look at your crafting, at your research bench before, then you should probably build afterwards. Because then you have those awesome ones that help you building those roofs. And you don't need those stupid extra pillars in here. Now that we have those, we can here choose storage spot, and you want preferably to do it as huge as you can. And if you, for example, did do it like that, you can here add extra to it. You want to, like this, for example. So now they have kind of for everything except to trash and dead bodies. They can store everything up here, and it's already protected. I'm not sure, by the way, I have to tell you this, if you should just close it up as a complete room with walls. If that is even better and keeps the stuff longer fresh and good. I have, yeah. Now I should tell the lady that can do my research that she should also do it. Where's my research bench, by the way? Where did it go? Huh? I thought they did build that. Obviously they did not. Okay, no wonder that she is not researching then. Yeah, well, no idea why it collapsed. Maybe because I was removing some pillars. Maybe I did touch that accidentally. Okay. Now she goes sleeping, then they can build that, and then she can start doing research. And we should then, as soon as possible, do the farming to make sure they are not starving to death, you know? So that are kind of the informations I wanted to give you. Make sure that you use a nice green spot where you do build, because you will need that for your fields. We see here already some wolves and deer nearby, so you can go hunting those, but I would not go hunting with low XP in hunting, because they might kill you if you are unlucky. At least the wolves, I would be careful. My people are at 6 at shooting, 8 at shooting, and this one has 11. So the one with the 11, but she needs a bow then. I don't know what she's doing, but she's going super close to the wolf. I hope she can maybe equip a bow. No, the longbow is not good enough. I'm letting her equip the short bow, so that in case that she needs it, she can go shooting. Was that the one with the... No, that was not the one with the highest, but she should be able to even take the longbow, the better one. And if the wolves attack, then I hope that they can together kill them. Going to mark them. Wait, this one still needs the longbow. Oh. Take that one. Then come here. Then we might be able to shoot that guy. Of course they're coming with both of them, are they? No, they aren't. Okay. Hope they can kill that guy. Yeah, they did it. Awesome. Guys, shoot me this one too. It's better you take care of them yourself than waiting till they come and attack you. Nice thing about the game is you don't need to recraft your arrows. They have kinda endless arrows that you can use up. And this one can take the spear because, you know, because he can. Okay, then I let them go on working and do their job. So what else was there to tell you? Let me think about it. If I have any more hints for you. Yeah, I used winter time for building, to be honest. I did build all year long, but if preferably I did use the winter for most of my building stuff, because during the summertime they will be busy with other stuff like cooking. Here you have to put in the not cooking, like farming. You have to put in what they should do and how much of it. Then she goes and starts researching. You see, she's immediately running there and doing the research. Those are herbs. You need those to heal someone. You should also, plant a few of those. That's pretty much it for today. I hope it helps you. And I almost forgot to mention that there is a new free game. The link for the free game is, as usual, in my Steam group. The Steam group is called Top or Flop, like this page. You will easily find it if you go to my About section. There's a link to my Steam group, and you can there take a look at free games. And if you want, you can just join the group, because I always post there anything that is nice or for free for you. So that can happen more often. And see you then in the next one. Bye bye.